Good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. I think we're on a record today. This is the third stream since the second one actually, or the first one crashed and had to go into the second one. So yeah, welcome. I'm just going to give this a few minutes, see if some people can join up. And yeah, I'll be taking questions in the TradingView stream here, so we'll just give it 2 minutes. And the trading day is ending, so I'm sure everybody's checking their positions here before the weekend, making sure they're not offside and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll give it a minute or two, and then we'll get right into this. And this will only go for probably 10-15 minutes. What I'm going to do is show you guys one of the trading strategies that I used to use. I don't use it as much anymore. It's kind of a set and forget system, but yeah, I just prefer my current way of trading. I find to be more profitable. But as a trader, you go through different systems throughout your career. If you're in this for any length of time, you develop and move on. But what I'm going to do is show you this system. It's super simple, and maybe it'll click with some of you. Oh, awesome. Michael's here. So what I'm going to do is get into this. So what I've got open right now is this. This is Forex Tester 5, and this is just so we can go through the art of back testing here with this. And basically what this system does is it's very easy. It's literally just trading support and resistance levels. So what we're looking at is an impulsive move up and a consolidation, and then we're looking to buy the level, literally buy the support and resistance level, and the profit targets on this are anywhere from 1-to-1 to 1-to-1.5, and generally, you're gonna probably be right on this thing around 50% of the time if you're doing this right. Now, so what does that look like? Let me just make sure I got everything moving here. So typically what I do is look for a level on the charts, and we're just rip through a few of these. Here I'm probably going to look through maybe something like this to buy, because I'd have, my moving averages start moving up. So I'd just be literally looking to buy this. If it pulls back to this level, it did here, as you can see, and then it rallied out. So all I'm going to do is go through this and wait for another level to appear. And then I'm going to look to get long on this thing. As you can see, we're putting, this is putting, actually, looks like it's probably putting in a top up here. So we're just going to wait for something to appear. Okay, so now it's moved out of the space. So in the event that this thing moves back to the level, somewhat clear, all I'm going to do is put a box here. And if it moves in the box, I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to look to buy it usually about 2/3 into this box. And I'm not going to do the limit orders here. We'll just kind of adjust the bars to see if it pulls back into it. And if it does, we'll just, if it works, we buy it. So here, I'll be buying this. So I'd literally just have an order in. I'd be buying that with like 1% of the risk, whatever this account is. And then I'd be putting a stop loss somewhere down here, just below the level, like below the lowest low. And I'm literally just going to click through it and look for a 1-to-1. And there we go. So this trade's the winner. And then, you can figure out by yourself if you're going to ride these out or not. But all right, so we'll close out this position. That's a winner. And then we're going to continue to move on and do it again. So, this kind of broke through this level here. Maybe it does move higher. Maybe it doesn't. Who knows? It's actually coming back down here. So rules of the system are, here's a support level, this same level that we bought before. Just going to try and buy it again. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. Didn't quite hit it, so would have missed that. But it's coming back into it. If it comes back into it, we'll buy it. And this is it, literally 1-to-1. And it there, good enough. We'll just press the buy button. Stop loss is going to be below that level again here. And you know what, maybe I can just press resume and it'll go. It might be too slow. And that's probably 1-to-1 right there. So we'll close this trade out now, or you could decide to keep running with it if you thought it was going to go higher. It's very little thinking. It's literally just buying and selling. I mean, here I'd probably actually look to sell here and see if we can sell here. So it's into the level, and the reason is you can see the this range is pretty well defined. I'm just going to move this back because we're not using limit orders, but the range is pretty well defined here. Like there's not too many wicks out of it. So since it's a well-defined range, why not try and sell it? So let's go up here. There's not really a good place for a stop loss, so I'm just kind of going to throw it up there. And if it comes back down here, it's going to be somewhere around a 1-to-1. And looks like it came back down there. Hold it and see. Okay, so that time it didn't go. But if that were real life, we would have probably closed it out here for a profit. So it's the same thing. It's this thing's gonna rally through it, then we'll just look to buy the support. So here it is, somewhere here. And it did go into the level right here on this bar here. So, but now we're halfway in. So that would be a buy. And then stop below. Like you just pick a low here. So here's a low, right? This is like the breakout bar. So you just put your stop below here and looking for a 1-to-1. And you literally just go through and you're at about a 1-to-1 there. So you close out the trade, or, this goes into trade management. You can move it to break even here and let it run. So break even wouldn't have worked there, but you would have got a 1-to-1 out of it. So yeah, very, very simple. Like I don't think trading strategies can get any more simple. It was actually so simple that I found this hard to do at the beginning. So like this level isn't as good as the other ones, like just because there's so many wicks on it. That still is like a support level. So, why not? Let's try it out. And then you throw another one in, see if we can buy it. Oh, that one stopped us out. Like that one actually stopped us out. The other ones probably would have been fine. Okay, so now this thing is moving down, and we're just going to do this. We'll do the same thing, but you can see here we have some big wicks in the middle of the screen. So since we have these big wicks here, I wouldn't really want to put a level up against that, just because it's not well defined, where something like here is going to be way more well defined. So we're just going to wait till we can clearly see a level. And this is literally just buying and selling support and resistance. Like you can see here, like the direction that we're calling was definitely right, as this thing's now sold off heavily, but we didn't have a good level to lean on. And that happens sometimes, or lots with support and resistance trading. Well, let's just keep going until we get a clearly defined level. And here, try this one here. You kind of see there's a level there, probably a little bit bigger, something like that. I did go into that level, but we completely, there it is. So let's place a buy order, and let's put this, we'd be entering normally halfway here, so we'd probably put a buy order or stop loss somewhere here and see what happens. Again, I have no idea. Looks like this one stopped out. Yeah, you'd be shooting for about 50% of the time, over a large enough sample size. So if your P&L is like, or your risk reward is like somewhere between 1.5, you're making money. You can see here, like, some of the things you learn to do with these strategies, like, okay, this thing's surfing this. I think this is the 200-day. So you're just going to wait for a pullback, and I'd be looking to sell the level right off of this purple line. Let's see if we get that. We don't get the pullback to the purple line. So that's all I'd be doing is like picking levels. So you guys got this? Very, very simple. That's not playing momentum. It's just angle level. So something here, I'd probably look for a pullback here. These levels are probably a bit better. And you can get all complicated and go to higher time frames and everything, but all right, let's see if this one will work. Now, this one's actually tough to put a stop loss because you want to put a stop loss kind of above the bar. So this is kind of not ideal stop placement, but let's see what we get. Yeah, so yeah, pretty basic, super basic. And it's the simple stuff that actually works. I'd be, here's the bottom of the range. Now we got a, that's a fairly decent level, Let's see if we can sell the top there. And that's it. So it's selling highs, buying lows, and seeing where the stuff ends up. So at a 1-to-1 or 1-to-1.5, you sell this stuff off, and this one's hit it here, so you can sell it off, or you make the decision of trying to capture more profit. So, and if it comes back down to this level here, then you try and buy it. There he is. Try and buy it now. Break through, and it did. Yeah, so that's all I got to show you guys, but super easy stuff. Do a large enough sample size on this, these numbers should come out around 50-50 or somewhat close there. Right now it's like 44-56. Probably had some other trades on it, but yeah, very easy stuff. All right, well, if there's no questions, I think I'll end it here. It's the easiest strategy you can trade. Look for your best levels, and you probably, if you spend more than 1 second looking at a level like I'm doing on this stream, you can probably pick some better levels off than I'm doing here. Yeah, I don't really trade the strategy anymore, but I know there's a lot of people who have made a good amount of money just buying and selling levels like that. So if you have a profitable strategy, I don't recommend switching. Profitable strategies just require doubling down on that strategy and executing it. But if you don't have a profitable strategy, maybe you can play around with your support and resistance levels and see if you can pick off good levels to buy and sell at a 1-to-1.5 risk to reward, or 1-to-1, and hit the numbers around 50% over a large enough sample size. So, all right, guys, I'll end the stream here.